25,000 men and women work for the UK border police. At home and abroad, their job is to seek out the lawbreakers and imposters who don't have a right to be. They are the UK border police. Tonight, the man at Heathrow who wants to see his husband.
You met your partner in October 2007 in London.
In 2007.
How did you do that if you weren't in the country?
The restaurant in Stoke with a secret door.
Give the wall a push, and we've got a hidden bedroom.
And wedding bells in Glasgow are silent when a man is arrested on his big day.
Imran! They're arresting me!
The UK attracts a constant stream of overseas visitors. Many come looking for work and a better life. Some people try to beat the system to stay in the country longer than they should. One method is to exploit the entitlements that come with marrying a British citizen. Today in Birmingham, Chief Immigration Officer Kevin Jolly and Immigration Officer Tina Ooligan are on their way to a registry office. They're about to arrest a Jamaican man on his wedding day.
Who's been an overstayer since 2001. He did ask for approval for the marriage, but was informed at that time that he was not lawfully in the country. He has received a letter. In the letter, it's absolutely clear that he should return to Jamaica and obtain a correct visa, and he hasn't done it.
When the man contacted the Home Office seeking permission to marry, he revealed himself as an illegal immigrant. It's been 8 years since his visa ran out. Now he lives with a British woman, her 3 children, and their 6-month-old baby.
Obviously, his intention is to, having obtained the marriage to a British citizen, submit some form of application so that he doesn't have to go back to Jamaica. But this is unfair to all the other people who do go back to their countries, do request visas, do get visas, pay the fee, and then return lawfully.
Although the groom is in the country illegally, his relationship is genuine. The Home Office granted his British wife approval to marry, but explained he still needed to legalise his immigration status, or he would face arrest.
That's him. That's him.
He hasn't gone back, and thanks to his application, the team know exactly when and where to find him.
Yeah, do you want to come with us, sir? If you could just come over to the vehicle with me, please. You've received your certificate of approval for marriage, but with that certificate of approval, you was given a letter stating that it wasn't leave to remain. Do you understand? You can now be arrested under Schedule 2 of the Immigration Act. So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. If you come with us now, we'll explain everything, okay? I understand it's your wedding day, but we need to have a chat. So if you could get in the back for me, please, watch your head.
Officer Jolly has to break the news to the guests that there'll be no wedding.
All right. I'm very sorry to have caused this problem, but unfortunately the gentleman needs to be spoken to about his immigration status.
To the immigration office at Solihull.
Has he got documents to say everything is in order?
No, he hasn't.
No.
She was obviously stunned. Here she is turning up expecting her friend to be married, a particularly joyous occasion, and it's all gone wrong.
You were sent a letter saying that because you was being granted the certificate doesn't automatically give you leave to remain in the UK.
Why are you taking me? No, I don't understand.
Because you're now under arrest under Schedule 2, which means that you could be removed from the UK.
They're written to me saying that they received my application.
For the certificate of marriage, that's all.
Yeah.
You haven't made any further applications to extend your stay, and because you've already overstayed, it makes it harder for you to get the application now.
But I did get it.
You haven't been granted any further leave, so you're still an overstayer, which means you're not legally present in the UK.
Yeah, well, the Home Office grant me the permission to get married. I've been through that process.
Yeah, because your fiance is a British citizen. We can't stop a British citizen choosing who she marries. But what we need to do is make sure that as the groom, you've got the right leave. And at the moment, you haven't got that.
That doesn't make sense to me because I sent for an application, yeah? You could have come to me there and then and find me.
When the application was sent out, the certificate of approval, there was a letter attached to that stating that you are liable for detention and removal, and I have a copy of that on here. Listen, nothing's set in stone at the moment. Let's go back and we'll have a chat, okay?
You have to make sure your status in the UK is lawful. It's your responsibility, and in the end, when circumstances like these occur, it's your responsibility. It's nobody else's fault, it's yours.
It doesn't look good for the groom. He'll have to convince officers Jolly and Hooligan that he's made every effort to sort out his immigration status. Otherwise, instead of going home to his fiancée and children, he could be detained and sent back to Jamaica. Coming up, the enforcement team tests a student on his 5 years of studies.
What qualifications have you got? Just her.
And wedding day blues in Glasgow.
Just one word with my brother, I will leave. Yeah, what I did wrong, you tell me first.
In Stoke-on-Trent, an enforcement team are getting ready to go out on a raid. They're targeting a business they believe is employing illegal workers.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this afternoon's jobs. The visit will take place at a superb Chinese takeaway just down the road called Hu Fook. The gentleman that's said to be there, he entered the UK some time ago. Has applied for 3 extensions to a student visa, all of which have been granted, the latest one being 2 months ago. We have no record of him ever attending a course in the UK, and he and his wife are said to live at these premises.
Good luck. If the team find the man living at the takeaway here in Stoke, they'll want to know why. He's supposed to be studying at a college in London, 130 miles away.
Be ready to exit vehicles ASAP.
The takeaway is owned by the student's wife. She has applied to stay in the UK as her husband's dependent.
Evening.
Hello.
Hello, miss. I'm from the UK Border Agency,
Yes.
Immigration Service.
Okay.
Are you in charge? Are you in charge?
Yes.
You are?
If the husband
Fantastic.
is here
My
under
name's Sean
false
Flaherty.
pretenses,
I'm from the Border
and
Agency.
so is his wife.
Rushy.
Officers spot the husband in a car outside the takeaway.
Hello, sir. How are you doing? You
And
okay?
they find another Chinese man
Fantastic.
working in the kitchen.
Yeah? Nothing to worry about. Just show me college.
Come and have a quick chat
It's alright, don't worry.
But he don't know English.
You don't know English?
Can you tell him just to come and sit in the front so we can have a quick
You can get
The
into it
team
from
want to
Big
make
Work, can't
sure
you?
each person in the restaurant is entitled to work in the UK. They start by questioning
Chinese, okay. How long you been in the UK now?
Nearly 5 years.
And what's your immigration status in the UK?
Just student. I just come to see my babies.
Thanks. Just have a seat there for
The man and his wife have 3 children. 2 of them
So
born
you're studying
in
in the UK, yeah?
But it's news to the team. The couple have not let the Home Office know about their growing family.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand why you are coming here.
We've just come, part of our role, immigration, is to check employees that the right permissions to work have been applied for.
Yeah, me. It's me.
You're the employer?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Have you got a list of your employees?
Yeah, you want the paper? You want to see the paper?
Absolutely brilliant.
As a student, the husband is allowed to work 20 hours a week, but he must be able to prove he's going to college.
So you're studying in the UK, yeah? Where do you study?
London.
And what's the name of the college?
I just been changed because I finished.
Well, you must know where you're studying.
Eh?
You must know the name of the college you're studying at.
Yeah.
And what is it?
I think I can't remember the name because I just changed.
So where were you studying before?
Just same college. No, same in London.
Yeah, what's the name of that college?
The business college.
And what was that address? What road was it on?
Update?
Oxford.
Oxford Road?
No, Oxford Street.
Oxford Street? And what was the post in London? What was the postcode?
I can't remember the postcode.
How long did you study there for?
Just 1.5.
1.5 years. And what qualifications have you got? None at all?
No.
Okay. Just take a seat for us, please.
The man appears to have little in the way of knowledge or qualifications to show, but he has some papers he believes will prove that he's a genuine student.
It's all right if I have a look at this. I'm just looking for proof that he's been studying. At the moment, I don't believe he's been studying. We get a lot of bogus students coming up. As you say, they're studying in London, working all the way up here and doing no studying whatsoever.
Even though the student can remember little about his studies, he's in the clear. He's provided a receipt for his tuition fees and proof that he's renting a flat near his college in London.
You're not going to be a big multi-millionaire businessman after all.
If he were to be a fictitious student, then he's spending an awful lot of money putting a pretty elaborate plan together. So as far as we're concerned, he's legitimate. He's here today to see his wife. They've got 3 children. His plan is to stay here for another 18 months on a course and then return to China.
The student may be genuine, but the team haven't finished at the takeaway just yet. In a passageway next to the kitchen, one of the officers has made an interesting discovery.
Showing you, just walking past, chair in front of what looks like a wall, move the chair out of the way, give the wall a push, and we've got a hidden bedroom. Obviously somebody's sleeping, well, living in here. Telly, bed, clothing, etc. Quite well hidden. You could quite easily walk past it and not see that there's a room here. Makes you think that obviously the person that's in here wants to remain hidden from anybody visiting the premises.
Next, the spotlight will be on the man found working in the kitchen. He'll have to prove he has the right to be in Britain.
588.
In Birmingham, the Jamaican man who's just been arrested on his wedding day has some explaining to do.
Standing next to me.
His bride was granted permission to marry him, but he still needed to legitimize his status by returning to Jamaica to reapply for a visa.
At this moment in time, as far as we're aware, you are not lawfully in the country. You are an overstayer. It is an offence.
If you grant me the certificate of approval, so you could have refused me there and then I say, okay, no, we cannot grant you permission on the basis that you're an overstayer, so you need to do this and you need to do that. Why put me through that? Grant me the permission and then at the same time pick me up from there. That does make sense to me.
Another alternative is to come and take you from your home, but the situation is you may well be there with children. Now, what happened today, you have to admit, was the most gentle way of taking you out of the situation. Why didn't you just go back to Jamaica a long time ago, save yourself the money and all of this nonsense, get a visa and come back with a visa?
But it's not really just one thing to say, okay, this was the reason, definitely reason. But things just get dragged and I say, okay, there's that you need to do something about yourself now. And I started to do it.
Sure.
And I did it. And luckily, it was granted to me. And I said, well, God, I must be lucky.
Yeah.
But you don't feel so lucky.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, that's what I met you. I'm sorry it was under these circumstances, okay? And all the best in the future.
He's very compliant, truly hurt by the way the situation's gone. But it's something that's going to have to be done, so it's better to do it now rather than later.
After 2 weeks in detention, the man is taken to Gatwick Airport to be put on a flight back to Jamaica. It's a far cry from the dreams he had on the day of his wedding.
We make all the plans. Can you imagine that? Just imagine that. So we got food, we got the art, we got music. Everything was being prepared. And everything just fell flat. So it's just a waste in every aspect that you look at it. And it never has to be like that. I didn't want to go back like this. I don't mind going back. I know going back would have been a part of the process, but not like this.
Not all attempts to use marriage as a way of staying in the UK are based on genuine relationships. Today, a team in Glasgow are targeting a man they believe has gone one step further in his search for permanent residency. Officer Ian Stewart and Officer Jeff Hunter are planning to intercept the man moments before he gets married.
Today we're off to visit a registrar's office in Glasgow, where we are going to investigate an alleged sham marriage, and we've received intelligence which tells us that a gentleman is going to marry a British lady, and he may not be entitled to be in the country and therefore not entitled to get married.
Right, you ready? Guys, we'll go downstairs.
Today's groom is a Pakistani man who came into Britain on a student visa in 2008. But his history with the UK border agency is not good, and suggests he'll try anything to stay in the country.
The target has been in the UK previously, claimed to be a Bangladeshi national, and he was claiming asylum, and his asylum application was refused, and he was actually removed back to Dhaka in Bangladesh. So his own credibility is in doubt.
The couple have no idea about the extra guests planning to surprise them on their big day. The officers must keep their presence a secret in case the groom gets cold feet and runs.
The plan is no one can actually see where we are situated. Mr. Khan, his wife and the witnesses will be brought in. We'll be here. This is where we'll make our arrest and make further inquiries.
The wedding party has arrived, expecting to go straight into the marriage. But the team have arranged for just the groom to be brought into the room where they're ready and waiting.
Hello, sir. Would you like to come in here for me, please? Yep, hello. I'm an immigration officer from the United Kingdom Border Agency. So I'm arresting you as a suspected immigration offender. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do see may be noted and later given in evidence. For the moment, sir, for your safety and for mine, I'm going to place handcuffs on you. So I'd like you to put your hands like that for me, please. Out of you in front of you like this.
I will not do it till I see my lawyer because...
no, at the moment, sir. Just put your hands up here for me. All right?
What I did
just keep
wrong?
them, that'll be explained to you, sir, okay?
You're under arrest at this moment in time as a suspected.
I got all the legal documents with me.
Yes, listen carefully.
Do you understand?
I can't believe that. I got all the legal documents with me.
Understand?
I come through all the Home Office process.
Yes, just take a seat over here for me, Mr. Khan. All right? Right, so. Can you tell me why you're here today?
Because I'm here to marry with my fiancée.
Okay, how long have you known your fiancée for?
Since August 2007.
And where did you first meet?
We met in the Market Town Centre first time. And we started dating each other.
Why are you marrying now, sir? Why are you getting married now?
Because I've been this lady from the last 2 years. Okay, and she's very caring, and we've been friends together first, and then we realized that we fell in love, right? And she asked me one day, and he said,
she asked you?
Yes. I said, you really like me, you really love me? I said, yes, I do really like you, love you, and I really care about you. And she did as well.
All right, Mr. Khan, is this a last-ditch attempt for you to stay in the United Kingdom by marrying a British citizen?
Well, look, to marrying a British citizen is not a crime, is not illegal, right?
I didn't ask you that,
no,
Mr. Khan. Listen to the question.
If somebody fell in love with me and I fell in love with you and we cohabiting each other, right, is not a crime, right?
Have you paid just to marry you.
No, I did not pay any single penny. You can ask her right now. She's there.
All right, Mr. Khan. What we're going to do now is we're going to take you to a vehicle which is parked at the back of this building.
Can I see my lawyer for 1 word? 1 minute?
You'll get a chance to possibly speak to him later.
You can do that later, okay?
No, I'd like to just have one single word.
No.
Okay.
Just listen carefully, sir. I'm trying to explain to you.
Otherwise you can use force or beat me.
Well,
and I'll be screaming.
To this officer till he explains everything to you.
Whatever,
okay?
you kill me, you beat me, but I want to have...
Sir, please, there's no need for that kind of talk. We're not going to kill you, we're not going to beat you. I'm trying to explain to what's going to happen. Listen, Mr. Khan, listen.
If you're under arrest, you do as we said just now, okay?
My got a mother heart condition, right? Okay? You have to inform my brother at least.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you.
No, first you go and tell you're arresting me. No, you first you go and tell arresting me.
Stand up.
But Mr. Khan, if you do this nice and quietly, then your mother won't get upset, will she?
You will be given the chance at the police station to ask who you want informed, okay?
All right.
And we will speak to yourself.
And we will tell everyone here what's happening.
Imran!
Let's go.
So that's enough. Don't shout.
Imran! 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 They're arresting me! Imran! Excuse me. Yaar, gazala se baat karo yaar. Excuse me, please.
No. Upstairs, you're not allowed up here.
Do this properly, sir.
I don't care who you are, just you're not allowed up here.
Just one word with my brother, I will leave.
Not here at the police station.
Yeah, what I did wrong, you tell me first.
We will tell you.
Explain everything to you.
Can you explain this immigration here? What I go through all the documents, paperwork here.
Explain everything to you at the police station, okay? You need to calm down. Okay? Everything will be explained to you there.
Just sit in the car, sir. Just turn round, head down, keep your head down. That's it. Just sitting there.
We're going to go back up now and we're going to speak to the wife, we'll speak to the brother as well and let them know, fill them in with the circumstances, but we'll speak most importantly with her first of all and see what the story is that she's got to give us. Okay.
We're now going to interview the lady, so we'll see what happens here.
Well, thank you, tell the truth.
Take a seat here, man.
Okay.
The team want to know what part the bride has played in planning the wedding. Will she back up the man's claims that they've been in a loving relationship for 2 years and that the proposed marriage is genuine?
That's secret.
Coming up, uncovering a secret life in the Stoke takeaway.
Narnia.
And tall tales revealed at Heathrow.
You've either lied to the Home Office so you can get your certificate, or you're lying to me now. They can't both be true. You can't have been in Brazil and met him.
At the Ho Fook takeaway in Stoke, the enforcement team are questioning the kitchen.
If he has a passport. No. Thank you.
Chief Immigration Officer Sean Flaherty uses an interpreter on the end of a phone.
Hello. Playing Asylum. Okay.
The man, who says he's an asylum seeker, claims he's just here as a guest of his friends and helping out a little in the team.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
He has a letter from the Home Office about his asylum claim, which he keeps in his room.
What's this? Secret.
The hidden cubbyhole next to the kitchen.
Narnia. Fantastic, thank you.
He claims the letter confirms he has permission to work.
These are yours.
Officer
speak a bit of
Flaherty
English,
spots
yeah?
a second letter the man is less keen to have.
This one here, yeah, which you've quite rightly said, they will say there's no restrictions on you taking employment back in 1998.
Yeah.
But then, back in March 2008, you are not allowed to work.
Yeah, not working. I know not working.
Okay, right.
I only come here and I pay for.
I accept that you're not getting paid, but in place of getting paid, you're given food and board. So it's work. Still work.
Officer Flaherty checks the Home Office records.
When was he refused asylum?
The worker has never reported since claiming asylum in 1998, and his claim has been refused. He is listed as an absconder and is not allowed to work.
Okay, Mr. Zhou, you're under arrest. Okay?
Yeah.
You're a failed asylum seeker. Yeah? You have no leave to be in the United Kingdom. Okay? So you're now under arrest. Do you understand that?
No, that's it.
No, okay. I'll break it down nice and simple. You're under arrest. You shouldn't be working, you shouldn't be in the country. You haven't complied with immigration so far. You've rendered yourself in this position at the moment, okay? You're going to come with me, we'll have a word outside, okay, my colleague's going to search your room. Alright? Okay, come to me. You've shown a continuing, blatant disregard for the immigration laws. Come here seeking our protection, and he hasn't done anything to kind of help himself or us. So he's under arrest now.
The team know that detaining and removing Chinese illegal immigrants is not straightforward. They will almost certainly have to release this man.
The problem we've got is the length of time it takes us to get a travel document for a Chinese person. It can be up to 12 months, so it's almost certain that we're not going to get bed space for him for 12 months. Somehow we have to persuade him that he should report to us and that he can't work during that time.
The takeaway owner is legitimate in the UK as a dependent
so I'm just going to put some details down on this
student.
piece of paper, then I'll explain
She has been employing an illegal worker and could face a fine
it's-
of up to £10,000.
You have to write to them. Okay, let me just explain what's happened. This gentleman here, he's not allowed to work.
He just helping me.
Helping's working, I'm afraid. He's not allowed
But
to
he
help.
also helping my children. Is he say working for my
He's not allowed to work in the UK.
So where he go?
He's going to be detained now. We're taking him to a police station where we'll interview him further.
Okay, man, your head. Go to the front. Take all your seats.
The team regularly find illegal immigrants who attempt to prolong their stay in the country by putting in baseless asylum claims.
Don't worry about it.
In 2008, the UK border agency sent 13,000 failed asylum seekers back.
Asylum's there for a reason. Asylum's there to offer protection to people who genuinely need it. People claim asylum and then don't cooperate with us, and it makes a mockery of the asylum system. And it's, frankly, it's an insult to the people who actually are genuinely seeking asylum. He hasn't played by the rules, and I think he should be detained long term. Or we get a passport for him. That's my opinion. Right.
There is not enough room to detain all illegal immigrants picked up in enforcement raids, especially when it can take a year to get hold of their travel.
Let's just get you to the door and then come back, mate.
After being interviewed, the man is released on
one off.
The owner of the takeaway will be fined up to £10,000 for employing an illegal. In Glasgow, a team are investigating what they believe is a sham marriage. They have arrested a Pakistani man who was minutes away from tying the knot with his British bride. He says they've been in a steady relationship for 2 years and are very much alike. Now it's the bride's turn to explain how she came to be betrothed to the man she knows as Jamie Rose.
How long have you known this man?
August 2007.
August 2007. Where did you meet him? In a pub, in a club, in a restaurant, in a house?
In a shop. In a car. It's one of my friend's pals, so I met him through a friend, and his friend brought him through to meet me in his car.
In a car. So that was the first time you met, was in a car?
First when we met him.
Was that in a car park or was that just in the street?
Just in the street.
And what was the purpose of this meeting? Why did your friend bring this man to meet you?
Just some about talking to me and asking if things to do, like if I was getting money, like benefits and all that.
Did he mention giving you any money at all for the purpose of possibly getting married? Especially if you tell the truth.
No, he's never. He's offered, he's gave me money and that, but
How much money has he been giving you?
£20.
What is that? Every day, every week, every month?
Every week.
Gives you £20 every week. And what's that for?
That's just to help me out if I'm stuck with stuff like for gas and the like and that.
Whose idea was it to get married?
It wasn't mine.
All right. Did you fill in a form to get married? Because I've seen a form with all your details on, about your name, your mother, your father, and it's signed by you.
I signed it, but I never filled the form in.
So you didn't fill the form in, it was filled in for you by...
I don't know who by.
But it was filled in when you saw it.
I filled in when I saw it.
Did Jamie not tell you what it was for?
No, Jamie just said sign your name there, that's what I got told today.
And has he ever mentioned to you about getting married so that he can stay here in the United Kingdom, stay in Scotland? Have you ever discussed that?
He mentioned something like that. He asked me, but I never, because he only mentioned something about, have you ever been married before? And I told him, no, I've not been married before. But he mentioned about married and that, but he never mentioned anything about getting married to me or anything.
So if Jamie had said to you, come on, let's go to Glasgow, we're going to get married, what would you have said to him?
I would have said no.
Have you ever had any intention of getting married to Jamie Rose-Can?
No, just friends.
Do you believe now that he's deceiving you so that he can remain in the UK?
Yeah, I know. If I knew all this, I would never have done it.
Okay. I'll take you back through. Okay.
I don't know what she thought she was coming to sign. She thought she was coming to sign papers, and she had no intention of getting married, didn't know she was coming to get married. Why else you would come to a registry office? I'm not 100% certain, but she was certainly in no mind to get married today, so it kind of it puts the mockers on his explanation of why he's here today.
The team are satisfied the man's attempt to get married today was a scam to stay in the UK. And they caught him just in time.
If he did get married today, then ultimately he would have been in a far stronger position with the Home Office to submit any applications to remain in the UK, because he would have obviously been saying that he was in a marriage that was subsisting, and it would be harder for us with any applications that he put in to reject that.
The man is held in detention, awaiting his removal back to Pakistan. The team accept that the bride was an innocent victim of his scam. At Heathrow's Terminal 3, a Brazilian man has arrived to see his British civil partner. They got married the last time he was in the UK, and now he wants to spend 6 months with his husband. Chief Officer Matt Dyson asks Officer Lee Salih to investigate because the passenger claims to have another important reason for his visit. He's on police bail and due to appear in court.
He says he was arrested after visiting a sick Greek friend in a hotel who had overdosed on cocaine. He says that he was not using the drug, but he was arrested anyway.
Okay.
We need to speak to the police. How serious, is the investigation into him, or is it something that they would let slip and just not be that bothered about if he wasn't actually here?
Yeah.
If it is quite serious, is he somebody that we should be admitting anyway?
To find out, Officer Lee needs to know more about the passenger's brush with the law.
Let's phone the police.
Well, not until Monday. You know Monday?
I understand there are some charges pending, and I'd be grateful if someone can give me a call back as to whether or not he's required to attend a hearing on the Friday the 1st of May. Thanks very much. Belgravia Police Station is busy.
While Officer Lee waits to hear if the police want to pursue a case against the passenger, her own investigation throws up serious questions about the man's immigration history.
He was actually arrested in the UK on a drugs charge in March 2009. According to his passport, he entered the UK in April 2008. As a visitor to the UK, he's only allowed to stay 6 months. So if he entered the UK in April 2008 and was still here in March 2009, he's overstayed by almost 5 months.
Officer Lee checks the passenger's earlier visits to see if he's made a habit of overstaying his visa. She finds the evidence she's looking for in his application to marry his civil partner.
And he confirms in this letter that he met him in August 2007 in a London nightclub.
The problem we have with that is he was stamped in as a visitor in January 2006. There are no other entry or exit stamps for the UK in that period of time, so he must have overstayed here because he's only supposed to stay 6 months. He should have left the UK in the summer, but he was still here a year and a half later. Bless him.
It appears the passenger has twice stayed longer in Britain than he should have.
Okay, do you want to come through?
Officer Lee wants to see if there's anything in his bags
so
to reveal
this is
what
all
he's
your luggage.
doing in
You
the
don't
country
have any more
this
luggage.
time.
Did you pack the bags yourself?
Yeah.
Did anybody help you pack? Are you aware of the contents? You know everything that's in your bags?
Yeah, I know everything.
And why were you arrested? Why did the police arrest you here? Why did they arrest you?
My friend bought a hell, he was drunk in a hotel and they called me for helping him. And I was helping him, asked to the emergency, but I was the phone in the hotel, so I did say the hotel, my friend used the drug. And then the hotel called the police.
You weren't using the drugs then?
No.
No?
I drink a lot Jack Daniels, I love.
You like your Jack Daniels?
I love
What do you drink it with? What do you have it with? Coke?
Coke.
We're going back upstairs, yeah? Yeah.
Officer Lee has learned a little more about the passenger's adventures with the police. She has also found something to suggest
Okay, sir.
that he might
Give me a
be
few
here
minutes,
to
I'll come
work.
back and then I'll interview you. He was carrying a lifeguard qualification ID. Is he doing that here? Because he's not supposed to, he's not supposed to work. My suspicion is he's working here as a lifeguard. How he's doing that, I don't know, whether he's got some other form of ID that he presents, an ID card from another country maybe.
It's time to find out how the passenger has beaten the system for so long.
Mr. Toledo, come out, sir.
And to discover what he's up to this time.
Okay, so if you can just take a seat there for me. So why do you have the lifeguard ID?
Because I did the course. I did try to work for lifeguard when I finished the course, but it's no work for me.
Okay, apart from your Brazilian passport, do you have any other nationality passport or identification document?
No. I did it before. When I come in 2006, I was making for work, but no, I didn't take the. I got the prison for this for 1 month and a half.
What document were you using?
It's Italy.
Passport?
Yeah.
How did you get that? Where did you get it from?
Here.
Who from? Yeah.
Okay.
Who from?
I meet somebody in the restaurant. He say to me, you don't have visa? No. So I make the passport for you. And I say, how much? £300. And me,
Okay, where did you go to prison? In England?
Yeah, in England, yeah.
If the passenger wants to come into the country to see his husband, he'll have to convince Officer Lee that his travels have been legitimate since going to prison for using a fake Italian passport. At Heathrow, the story given by the passenger from Brazil is not adding up. Both his arrest for possessing drugs and meeting his husband happened during periods he should not have been in the country. Officer Lee suspects he's been using a fake Italian passport to get in and out of Britain.
I'm going to start from the beginning of your first time here, okay? How long did you say you would stay?
Couple 6 months, and I did stay 6 months.
So when did you leave the UK that year? When did you leave?
When did you leave the UK?
So you came in July.
Yeah.
When was the next time that you entered the UK?
It's 2008.
That's a lie. You claim in your letter that you wrote to the Home Office that you met your partner in October 2007 in London.
In 2007.
How did you do that if you weren't in the country?
Which day? But which day did you apply for
How could you have met him if you weren't in the country?
I didn't meet him in 2008. I didn't meet him in 2007.
Well, that's what you told the Home Office.
You're wrong. I'm not liable though.
You've either lied to the Home Office so you can get your certificate, or you're lying to me now. All right? One of those things, they can't both be true. You can't have been in Brazil and met him. You say in that letter you were together from October 2007.
Is it 2007?
Yes. Were you in the UK in 2007? Yes or no?
Yes, in 2007. But I did go to Brazil and I come back, but I don't know which month I'm coming back, you know, because I come to the Italy. I really don't like, so it drives me serious. I try to remember things. There's a situation
Right, my next
me,
question.
you know,
My next question is then, how did you enter the UK? What passport?
Brazilian.
Where's the entry stamp?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have it.
Why not? How can you, as a Brazilian national, travel from Italy to the UK without getting a stamp in your passport?
By boat.
How would they not stamp your passport?
Because it's a normal boat. It's not like
Even I go on the boat to France, they check my passport.
Depends
Why
which
don't?
boat you use, lady.
Which port did it leave?
It's not port.
Well, the boats don't sail from Italy to the UK unless you went on a cruise ship. So where did you sail from?
Seriously, I can't remember. It's 2007.
You need to start giving me some explanations, sir, all right? Because at the moment, your immigration history with the UK is not very good, is it?
Yeah, I know, I see that.
Quite a lot's come out of the interview in the sense that I had a suspicion that he may well have been using another document of some kind. And he's admitted to me straight away that he did use an Italian passport to try and get a national insurance number. He won't admit to having used it to travel on, but my suspicion is he has, because the fact he doesn't have stamps in his passports for his claimed visits to and from the continent would lead me to believe he's used it. He's obviously admitted he's been here for 4 years on and off, pretty much constantly, living here. I think he's been working. He won't admit to it, but you know, he's been working here. He's not a genuine visitor. He wants to live here. He's not a genuine visitor.
Even though Officer Lee is in no doubt about the passenger's status,
Or
she
more
must
likely,
refer the
as
case to Chief
detention.
Officer Benson.
Okay. In my opening gambit was, have you ever been in possession, or are you entitled to, any other nationality document or ID? Oh, well, there was the Italian passport that I went to prison for a month for. Ka-ching.
So he's either overstayed or he's
He's
been
been
in and
using
out
a
using
dodgy
a fraudulent
document.
Either way, it
Yeah.
doesn't sit
He went
well.
to prison for a month. He used it to try and get an NI number, and it was deemed forged, which because it was.
Has he used it to travel though?
He says not, but I don't believe that.
Well, but then he's damned by his own words. He's either used the document to travel, which again is illegal,
Yeah.
or he's overstayed. He can't have it both ways.
and he acknowledges that.
Right, well, we'll just have him as an overstay then.
Okay, no worries. Yep, I'll do it.
Thanks. He's a serial abuser of UK law and the immigration system. He's overstayed twice. He's apparently, by his own admission, done a short period of time for using a false Italian passport, and he's currently under investigation for drugs charges. I don't consider that that's the sort of person I want to be letting in.
Mr. Toledo. Hello. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Which kind of bad news?
Bad news is that you're going to be refused entry to the UK. We're not allowing you in.
No, in UK.
Not coming into the UK, and we're going to send you back to Brazil on Sunday morning. Well,
I don't understand
okay,
why
well,
you let
because
me
you're
here.
coming here as a visitor, and you've been living here as a visitor. You're not allowed to do that.
No, the first time, but now I was married. It's another situation.
But you don't have the right visa. If you read your Home Office letter, sir, it quite clearly says that doesn't mean you can stay and live here. You still need to sort the paperwork
Sorry
out.
about that.
All
Sorry
right.
about that. Thank you.
Have a safe journey home.
All right.
He's shown a blatant disregard, really, for immigration rules. He may not understand it. He may claim not to understand it. But the fact of the matter remains, that stamp in his passport tells him he can't work and he can only stay for 6 months. He's broken at least two occasions he's stayed longer than he should, so them's the rubs, I guess.
The police do not pursue the drugs charge, deciding instead it's better the passenger is kept out of Britain. He's put on a flight back to Brazil, where he'll have to hatch another plan if he wants to see his husband.